Hello again. I expect from the beginning of this video you expected me to be in my workshop and looking at the Philco 444. Well, there's two reasons why I'm not doing that. One, it's extremely cold and muggy, and not muggy, cold and wet and horrible, and my workshop's outside, so in the rear of the garage, so it gets very, very cold there. And when you're working on something and trying to figure out a circuit diagram, your body soon gets cold, and you get uncomfortable and you make stupid mistakes. I have been out there and had a quick look and done some more photographs, and but now I'm in my editing suite because I want to put this video together as a short update, if you like, on the situation with the Philco. I'm also going to do a little bit of other bits in this video showing you the other things I've been getting up to apart from mending radios. Anyway, back to the Philco. Well, I'm afraid the news isn't good. I started looking at the machine. I applied power to it, as you know. I replaced all the critical capacitors that needed to be replaced. I didn't do any of the ones in the plastic boxes because they were more in the RF stages. But I replaced all the AF stuff, and I've done voltage checks. Now, the problem I found was that there's no output whatsoever on the speaker. It's unusual when you're repairing a radio. You usually get some hum or some crackles or something from the AF stage, but in this instance there was nothing. Now, right away that makes you think that there's a problem with the speaker or the output transformer. Maybe that was damaged because of a faulty coupling capacitor. But I checked the output transformer and it was fine. I checked the speaker. I actually disconnected it completely, took it out the cabinet and put a battery across it, and the speaker clicked, and it went in and out depending on the polarity, but it clicked, so the coil in the speaker is okay, but still nothing out. I then had an ominous feeling that it could be the coils that actually fed the speaker. I think in this case it's actually L13 and L14. I'll show you in a moment. But I had an ominous feeling it was one of those that was open circuit. And indeed, when I disconnected everything and did a continuity check on the coil, indeed one of them was open circuit, and it was L14, which actually feeds the speaker. So I'm going to show you that now, but unfortunately to get another one of those is probably going to be pretty near impossible unless I get another similar radio to this, or unless anyone knows a workaround for it. But let me show you some of the things that I found, and then I will get back to you a little bit later. So let's have a look at the circuit, and let's have a look at some of the things that I've been doing on the Philco. So let's do that now. My initial concerns on this radio was the output double dial pentode here, and obviously the very rare valve to get hold of. But having done all the checks on it, power checks and everything, I'm hopeful it's going to be okay. My main problem is, as I said earlier, that there's nothing at all out of the speaker, not even any clicks or anything else. So I've done some voltage checks, and because this is an electromagnetic speaker, it relies on the magnetic field being generated through L14 and L13 to energize it in order to provide the small output from the output transformer to make some decent sounds. I've checked the voltage, the HT voltage here, which is fine, and on this point here, which is fine, and there, and obviously because that's the path it goes up. However, when I disconnected this large coil which forms the electromagnet, I found that there was an open circuit in here between this part and the transformer, although the circuit right through the whole thing is absolutely fine. but there is a fault in here somewhere, which and I can't trace it. Obviously it's all sealed, but it's not allowing the system to work properly. I put an ohm meter on here and on here and on here, and I get, although I get a current circuit right through here, I get an open, sorry, a circuit right through here, I get an open circuit here on that part of the coil. So I suspect that's what the problem is. How I'm going to proceed from here, I don't really know, but that's why I'm not getting anything out of the radio at all. So that's a little bit worrying. Not sure whether I'll be able to get hold of one of those transformers or whether it's worth even having a look at it. But anyway, that's what the problem is. Well, that's it for looking at the fault on that radio. I believe there might be some other problems with it as well, but interestingly enough, I put a probe on the early stages of it and connected to my small testing amplifier, and I did get some, with a signal generator going in, and I did get some squeaks and whistles on my amplifier, which indicates that the RF stages may be working. Of course, until I get the AF done and the rest of the caps changed, I've no way of knowing. But my first problem is to sort out the magnetic coil on the speaker, and try and get that done. Now, as I said earlier, that's not all I've been doing during this period. I spent quite a bit of time on it, but it takes your time and it occupies you. But I've been doing other things as well. I've been doing some baking, I've been doing some cake making, and I've been also digging out some retro toys and getting them sorted out for my grandchildren. And this was back in the first lockdown, of course. Can't see them now. But they enjoyed playing on the BBC, and my grandson enjoyed doing some programming on the BBC, and my granddaughter was sold to bits with some very, very simple early video games on CRT television. So those are the kind of things I've been doing. So let's have a look at some of those now before I come back to you to say goodbye. So let's get on with that. Oh, the other day I turned out some of these retro games. There's a game similar to Simon, and I had to put a bulb in that, but it's all working now. Lots of fun on that. My grandson loves to work on the BBC computer, mostly playing games, but I'm trying to encourage him to program. And my granddaughter loves playing on an old CRT TV with some basic games. I also love baking, and eggs and flour, you can't beat it. And I think now I'm making a chocolate cake, so there it is. After that, I go on to making sourdough and then making some sourdough loaves. When all that's done, of course, I just listen to some music while enjoying a piece of cake. So that's me, and that's some of the things I get up to during my lockdown. Well, I think that's about it for this video. It was going to be a short video, but it's gone on a little bit. But I wanted to share those things with you. It's nice to have something to do during lockdown, especially this current one, lockdown 3, which seems to be going on and on and on. And I do sympathise with everyone who's got, not so lucky and not got so many things to do. So yeah, sympathise with that. But keeping going at the moment. And I'd just like to say before I end a thank you to all my subscribers. They're growing by the day, and also all those people who watch my videos. I'm really pleased, and it gives me a lot of encouragement when I look at the end of the day and see, oh, someone else has looked. I try to answer as many as possible, but it gives me a real lot of enjoyment. Okay, well, thank you for watching this. I'll try and get back to you with a bit more on the Philco 444 radio when I get any further with it. But until then, as always, take care.